I like a draw, you know, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more.
Have suggested that Willis's call benefited Davis unfairly, but we do not subscribe to that notion.
I kind of seen Lamont winning. I really felt like he was in control of the fight.
As well.
Just depends. Like if that changes the whole fight, if that gives Roach a victory, give him the victory.
Gervonta Davis challenged Lamont in a recent live encounter after the contentious decision to reverse their original draw to a defeat. Roach stated that he disagreed with the decision and insisted that he had won the battle.
For the sport, didn't get what the decision I want, but we didn't get a loss either, so I felt like I won it, you know, the last couple rounds, so it's cool. Lamont is a great fighter. Hopefully I could get that rematch because I know what I can do in a fight, but it's cool.
Okay, questions?
Okay. Tank, it's KG with Fight Hype. I wanted to ask Tank, you know, when the decision was read, the way that you reacted, you know, it looked like you was upset. You slammed your gloves on the canvas. What was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
I didn't slam my glove on the canvas.
Okay, maybe I mistook from my vantage point, so that's my mistake. But what was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
Nobody like a draw, you know, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more, and I should have did more. I was lost in I lost track in the rounds.
The New York State Athletic Commission acknowledged a technological problem that hindered referees from properly evaluating a possible knockdown in the 9th round after the contentious draw between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. The commission stated that the issue is presently being investigated in response to the concerns expressed by fans and experts. Debates on the fight's outcome have heated up as a result of this decision, with many contending that Roach ought to have been proclaimed the winner. The boxing world is now seeking further information on the problem after the NYSAC's official statement on the subject was taken down, further escalating the dispute.
To override his decisions or knockdowns. Some skeptics have suggested that Willis's call benefited Davis unfairly, but we do not subscribe to that notion. In our long experience judging fights, we see no evidence of favoritism, only a referee prioritizing the physical safety of a fighter who appeared compromised by an eye injury. Which I actually get. I understood that statement because, hey, look, Steve Willis he didn't call it a knockdown.
You take a knee like that looks like a knockdown, all right?
So I think it's going to be very difficult for the New York State Athletic Commission to review this and then call it a knockdown, because here's the thing. The fight could have gone completely differently if Gervonta was told that it was a knockdown officially. Gervonta could have then responded differently, because let the truth be known, Gervonta didn't even know it was the 12th round when it was the 12th round. He thought it was the 8th.
Forgot where he was at. He thought he was still in the 8th round. He thought he still had rounds to go.
12th round. He said, damn, it's the 12th? Yeah, it's the 12th and you're down. Tank didn't know what round it was. So, if it was brought to his attention by Steve Willis that it was officially a knockdown, the fight could have gone differently, making it very difficult to review this after the fact and overturn it. But the problem is, still, though Steve Willis did not call it a knockdown officially, he also didn't call it a slip.
You take a knee like that looks like a knockdown.
He had to pick one or the other. And according to the rules, if it's a slip, the referee has to let it be known that it's a slip. Slips. When a boxer goes down and the referee deems it not to be a legal knockdown, they should immediately wave both hands.
In his analysis of the 9th round event, renowned lightweight fighter Ryan Garcia said that Davis's knee should have been deemed a knockout. Drawing comparisons to his own experiences in the sport, Garcia underlined that if such an omission happened, the judgment should be changed in Roach's favor.
Got riled up from it, but I respect him. I think he's a cool dude, but I ain't fuck with that. You know, after a while, it kind of got to me.
Right. Like any animosity being in the building with Devin, considering, you know, your biggest win was taken and, you know.
I don't got no animosity. I just feel like the way everything happened after that fight just kind of like discouraged me, because I think the shit I was talking was the cause of that. Because one, I never did off stream, and I kind of already spoke my piece on it a million times, but that's utter bullshit. I never did that, never would do it. So it's something I'm like, they're using it. I feel like they had that in their back pocket the whole time. So right now I'm just keeping it professional and ready to do my job.
What's your status of the lawsuit? Mentally, when it comes to the fight, where are you mentally
I'm out here to hurt somebody. That's it. For me, staying sharp right here is what gets me to, you know, victories. When I'm not sharp here, you know, anything can happen.
Yo, Ryan, what do you think about the knockdown? The knockdown with Tank?
That was a knockdown, you know, without a doubt. You can't spin it no other way. It's too clear. And I think the commission needs to do something about it, because it can give me an incentive, you know, anytime I'm not feeling good in a fight, take a knee.
Will they set a precedent?
And that's not a shot at Tank. I respect Tank and I like Tank a lot, but you can't do that shit.
They reversed the result of your fight.
Yeah.
Should they reverse the result of that fight as well?
Just depends. Like if that changes the whole fight, if that gives Roach a victory, give him the victory. That's how you keep the integrity of the sport, right? That's why they suspended me, right, to keep the integrity of the sport. So I feel like if you're going to do...
Atlas, a renowned boxing trainer and analyst, voiced his displeasure with the officiating during the bout between Davis and Roach. Atlas underlined the need for more skilled referees who can render prompt, precise verdicts. He emphasized that a knockdown should always be recognized, and he chastised the decision to not call Davis's knee in the 9th round a knockdown.
With this one,
bad refs. We need better refs. We need more educated refs. Whatever you want, trained refs. You know, I'm not gonna say honest, because I don't know if the honesty had something to do with it. I don't know, but definitely we need better refs. Refs that assure themselves, know how to make a decision, know they're making the right decision. You know, and emboldened to make that decision. I think that I don't know that he would have let Roach get away with that. He let Tank Davis get away with. Why? Tank Davis is a star. You know, I think he set a record for the most fans ever in Barclays Stadium. Tell me if I'm right or wrong, but I believe they hit a new attendance and maybe a gate record. They've done concerts there, they've done fights there, basketball games there.
Yeah, I think you're right. It was the record for the gate for a fight for sure. I think the Rolling Stones might be the only one that beat him at the Barclays. But either way, they did huge numbers.
They did big numbers. He's a star. He brings people. He's got a big fan base. He brings good pay-per-view numbers. I don't know what the numbers are in this, but you know, he's one of the guys that bring good pay-per-view numbers. I think all of that, he brings that with him. When a referee allows him to take a knee, which is not a rule in boxing, and get away with it and not make it a 10-8 round. That should have been a 10-8 round. He got hit with a jab just before that. I'm not trying to go after Tank Davis. People already know. Some people say I defend him too much, that I'm saying how great he is. And he is. He's a tremendous, complete fighter, puncher, fighter, inside, outside. He's patient. He's responsible defensively. He's got fast hands. He puts punches together. He goes to the body and head. He's all of that. He can counterpunch. He can set traps. All of that.
Champion Shaka Stevenson offered his thoughts, saying he thought Lamont Roach Jr. had more control during the bout.
Boxing, check it back in with y'all, man. What's good? What's good? Look, Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach. Incredible fight. Incredible fight. Tit for tat, wit for wit, athleticism for athleticism. What an amazing fight. I had Lamont Roach winning 7-5. 7-5-8 before I had Lamont Roach winning. Now, I understand the draw politically. It's Tank, he's a star. You don't want to just give him an L and he didn't just get his ass whooped like from dusk till dawn. But he got outboxed tonight. Lamont Roach won that fight. But I understand the draw politically. How did you see the fight, bro? Tell them how you saw the fight.
Yo, I saw Roach winning the fight, man. I had Roach winning the fight 7 rounds to 5, Tank, meaning Roach favor. I don't know how we ended up here, but we can say it was the politics, because, you know, Tank a bigger fighter. If you want to beat a king, you got to beat the king. In order to beat the king, you got to knock him out. And they ain't doing this fight. But, hey, the next fight going to be big bread, though. So, that's all I got to say, man.
Yeah. Great fight, man. Great fight.
Stevenson also mentioned that Roach's ring generalship and smart tactics appeared to have given him the advantage over Davis in a number of rounds.
This guy, so it was this, but styles make fights. And I know that Tank is shorter. He's fast, but Lamont got good defense. And I just knew exactly how that fight was gonna go. I told everybody that Lamont was gonna be the one pushing forward. Tank was gonna be the boxer, and it literally looked exactly how I thought it was gonna look.
How did you see the actual fight? Like, let's break it down, because you was ringside. You sat. I saw you on Twitter. They showed the videos of you ringside. What did you see in the fight?
Shit, I kind of seen Lamont winning. I really felt like he was in control of the fight. I think Tank had good moments, but I feel like when he was boxing boring, he was more so in control. That's when he was kind of like in control of the fight for me. And when he kind of like tried to fight, I felt like Lamont was...
Bill Helwani, an MMA journalist, provided a critical evaluation of the Davis versus Roach fight, calling it good but not outstanding. Helwani emphasized the contentious moment when Davis kneed during the 9th round, contending that such acts need to be considered a knockdown in boxing. Additionally, he accused referee Steve Willis of influencing the fight's outcome by permitting Davis to withdraw to his corner without calling a count.
Like, it all kind of felt like an afterthought. And then the fight happens, and truth be told, like, the fight wasn't the best fight of all time. It was fine. It wasn't your vintage Tank Davis fight. There wasn't a knockout. There wasn't a knockdown scored by him. It was just sort of fine. If that was your first time watching Tank, you're probably like, okay, yeah, sort of, I get it. But it kind of speaks to his demeanor going into the fight. Like, it just felt a little bit underwhelming. And then we get to the 9th round, and then it's complete madness, because in the 9th round, you probably have heard by now, the fight is moving along, and it is important to note that Lamont Roach lands a jab or two, and where we want to start the clock is up to debate, but he certainly lands a punch. And then seconds after that punch lands, that jab lands, all of a sudden Tank Davis takes a knee. He quickly takes a knee, and there it is right there. 9th round, 217. He is taking a knee, and he's looking to his corner. And he also, ever so briefly, it appears as though he's almost trying to call time. Let me tell you, in case you don't know, in boxing, you take a knee, that's considered a knockdown. You cannot call time. And you know what you also can't do? You also can't go to your corner mid-round and ask them to wipe your face. Ask them to do anything. You can't get a swig of water. You can't do this. You cannot do that. But that all happened. And so the referee for this fight is a legendary referee. Steve Willis, you have probably seen him in GIFs. He's got that kind of like big-eyed look. You've definitely seen him. He's a veteran of the fight game. I'm not exactly sure what happened. I'm not suggesting he was in on it. But like, there was certainly a fumbling.
According to reports, John Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. made a $250,000 wager before to the fight, with the condition that Davis would owe Roach the money after the bout if he was unable to knock him down. Roach added another level of intrigue to the occasion by claiming that Davis had not fulfilled this wager.
Lamont Roach said yesterday that Tank Davis ain't paid him his $250,000 yet. Because they made a bet on camera, shook hands, $250,000 that Tank Davis would knock Lamont Roach out. Pay that man his money or double the bet in the rematch. And if he doesn't want to double the bet, Tank, pay that man his money. Can't be out here ass betting, bro. You was highly confident you would stop him. You didn't get the job done. If you just as confident you'll stop him in the rematch, double the bet. If you're not, pay that man his money. It's that simple for me, bro. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Should Tank Davis pay Lamont Roach, or should he renege on this bet? Real ones know the right answer to that question. Let me know your comment. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. We'll see y'all soon.
Combat sports reporter Luke Thomas praised Roach's excellent performance.
Called the cherry pick, and he got his ass kicked, in my opinion. I know people gonna come for me, but I had him winning. I had him up at least 3 rounds. At least 3 rounds.
Not including the knockdown.
Yeah. It was, to me, if it would have been 116, 112, I'd have been okay with that.
So
in Roach's favor.
You let your psychology get to you too, huh?
Hey, I know what I was watching.
What did you have it after 4 rounds, Zatel?
4 rounds.
2-2.
I'm sorry, after 6. Why did I say 4?
4-2.
Because I had it 4-2.
4-2 Davis.
I had it 4-2 Davis. What did you have it after 6?
I had it 5-1 for Roach.
For Roach?
Okay, I brought you on the show, now. That's why.
Listen,
that first round,
I felt like I had Roach winning. Don't get me wrong.
First round
at the end of 12, I had 7-5 Roach. But
yeah, I had 7-5 Roach.
Yeah.
Say again?
Didn't some of the judges give the first round to Tank?
I think so. I think he might be right about that.
How? He landed 1 punch.
Yeah.
Roach landed 3 punches to his 1, and he was the aggressor. How did Tank win that round?
Yeah.
Because he's Tank, Naeem.
Especially considering his move up from a lower weight class. To fight Davis.
That should have been a knockdown. I thought I should have won a competitive fight. I think I did what I needed to do necessary to bank the rounds. I'm just a little frustrated with the score.
Thomas observed that Roach shown his talent and tenacity by putting up a tough battle against Davis in spite of his size disadvantage.
Moves up and gives Tank Davis his toughest fight. I thought beating him on the inside, making him miss, putting offense behind defense after making him miss, being more active. Obviously, Tank's going to have the edge in power. Tank is going to have the edge in power strikes. I think ultimately the stats spoke to that. I don't think that this was a disaster. I think it'd be strong to call it a disaster. The fight was not great up front. The fight was not great in the middle, but it was very good. Not amazing, but definitely very good down the stretch. I think we can all agree with that. The results are fair. I think they're fair. I think 115, 113 in either direction is probably okay. For Lamont Roach, his stock goes up, I think, a significant amount, given how he was able to push Tank, land on Tank, make this the toughest fight of Tank's 31 pro fight career by far. I think he did himself a lot of favors. What are we going to do with Tank Davis now? I mean, it's not like he looked bad. Some of you guys had pointed out he might have had an injury somewhere around that 6th round. He didn't mention it to BC, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have it.
And match it up. So if they say I gave Lamont Roach the first 6 rounds, hypothetically, go rewatch the first 6 rounds, and then you'll see that these people are haters that don't know about boxing, because Tank virtually won all of the first 6 rounds. He definitely won the majority of them. Just in that, Lamont Roach needs a knockout to win, because even if Lamont Roach wins 7 through 12, that's only a draw. It's a 12-round fight. You didn't get credit for the knockdown. That's a Steve Willis call, but he didn't rule it like that. You got to live with that. How many times have we seen boxing where a referee makes a mistake? Referee lets Tyson Fury get up, and he should have called the fight off in the first Wilder fight, right? long count, gave Fury time to recuperate. You know, we see these things happen in boxing. Usyk gets punched on the belt line. They say it's a low blow, right? We've seen these things. But with Tank, since y'all got so much disdain and hate for him, it just is amplified.
Good right hand from Monty. Uppercut. Good combination, Monty. Oh, good left from Tank. Right hand from Monty. Oh, Tank took a knee. He got knocked down. That's a knockdown. Tank is trying to bail himself out. That's a knockdown. That's a knockdown. How are you going to do that and run and get a towel? Who gave Davis that This is a highway robbery, dog. Good combination, Lamont. Oh, shit. They swinging on each other. Good body shot, Lamont. Lamont is rocking with it. This is Tarver Roy 1. What's going to happen is they're going to give the fight to Tank, and then the second fight, Lamont going to say any excuses tonight, Tank. And then he's going to knock Tank out. I've seen it. Lamont won, bro. He won 7-5 with a knockdown. This guy did the unthinkable, and I hope they don't rob him. Scorecards. They said majority draw. They cheated Roach. Roach got robbed, and everybody knows it. Rematch right away. They robbed.